Yes. Now we come to the effects of the Earth's rotation. What are the effects? What happens? It's rotating, so there has to be some action. Reaction has to be there. So what are the reactions of the rotation? These are the effects. It makes us feel that the sun, the moon, and other heavenly bodies move from east to west. Opposite direction it is. We are going from west to east, so we think that the east is coming from to the west. Opposite direction. So we see the sun is rising in the east. It causes the bulging of the earth at the equator and flattening at the poles. Spinning so fast, when you're spinning something, you see a ball spinning, you think the ball is getting broader at the middle and flatter at the top. Right? Flattening at the poles. It causes days and nights on earth. It gives us the concept of direction based on the sunrise and sunset. East and west we get to know. It causes a deflection in the direction of winds and ocean currents. Winds also get a deflection, spinning this side, ball is spinning this side, but you'll get wind from this side, right? And it takes also wind with it and it throws that side. So the wind which is next to the earth is much more powerful than the ones far away. So that creates the action reflection also. There's a deflection of winds, currents in the water it makes. It gives a day of 24 hours, including night. Here day means a total day, 24 hours including day and night. It causes tides twice a day, the low tide and the high tide in the sea. The water comes and goes. Early morning, the water is, during the daytime the water comes in. It goes back in the afternoon and comes back again in the evening. In the early morning it goes back again, comes back. So twice a day it goes and comes. Twice in the night it goes away and comes. Twice in the morning it goes away and comes. There are twice, the high tide and the low tide. Twice a day it comes. The direction of the rotation of the earth is anti-clockwise at the north pole and at the equator. 3.4. See. Equator, anti-clockwise. It goes from 12 towards 1. 12, 11, it's going anti-clockwise. And from the north pole, if you also see, it's going anti-clockwise. So, one is the north pole, if you see it from top, and at the equator it's also the same. So there are 2 points, the equator and the poles, the 90-degree angle. The circle of illumination, illuminate light. The sun is the main source of heat and light. Illuminates, it gives light, brightness. It gives heat and light to the earth, the biosphere, the ecosystem, the atmosphere, the hydrosphere, the biosphere, the lithosphere, all together, these together, the hydrosphere, the lithosphere, and the atmosphere together gets this biosphere. Together, this biosphere, we live in this habitat is called the ecosystem with animals and all living things, abiotic and biotic. So these things all include with this heat and light. Without this, nothing will happen. Without this heat and light, it will not happen. Due to the spherical shape of the earth, spherical, flat at the bottom, at the tops and bulging out, spherical, only one or half of it gets light from the sun at a time and the other half remains in darkness. 24 hours So it takes 12 hours for that night to go away from evening. And from 12 noon to 12 a.m. it takes 12 hours. So that time that light is there and it's getting darkness also. Other side is getting darkness. So that is the point where you see the circle of illumination. See figure 3.5. One side gets day, one side gets night. Okay. The circle of illumination is an imaginary line again, which separates the lighted part of the earth from the dark one. The straight line, if we cut it half. But again it's tilted, because slanting. Now see figure 3.3. Suppose now put this like that, the light falling here, the excess light is going to hit and the poles will not get the excess light. We will come to that part. Thus the portion of the earth that receives sunlight experiences day, while the portion which is in darkness experiences night. That's why we have different time zones in different countries. Now if it is day here, somewhere it is night. Somewhere it is yesterday, it is not yet tomorrow. Okay. Suppose today is the 23rd of September. Still America is on the 22nd. At 6:30 they will be coming into 23rd September. They are late. We are ahead of them. We finish our day more faster. Okay. Let us try to understand how days and nights are caused with the help of an activity. In a dark room, place a globe in front of an electric bulb. Switch on the light. You will see that half of the globe is lighted, while the other half is in dark. Mark a point A in the dark position of the globe. Now rotate the globe on its axis from west to east. Through 90 degrees. Maintain that 90-degree angle. Point A will turn towards the sun and will get some diffuse light. Little bit light it will get. Okay. Then we normally notice such light before the actual sunrise, which is called dawn. When you're slowly turning it from 90 degree towards the light, you're getting that faint light starts coming to that point A. That's the dawn, sunrise, dawn part. 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning or 4:15 in the summertime. Winter it's 4:55, 5:15. Rotate the globe further from west to east. You will notice now that A has sunrise. The light has come on it. On further rotation of the globe, A will face the bulb. At this position, no shadows are noticed. This is noon time. No shadows at a 90-degree angle. Right. As we continue to rotate the globe, we will notice a darkness approaching A. This is again called sunset. The light is going away from west to east. West to east we were going and the sun rose in the east. And again we are going down in the west, the sun is going down in the west. Correct? Opposite direction. At this position it is not completely dark, but there is some diffuse light. The light is diffusing. This diffused light after sunset is called dusk or twilight. That light is there, but the sun is not there. We can still see things. We don't need to put on the light at that time. Right? When A reaches exactly the opposite side of the bulb, it is midnight. when again comes back at the opposite side of the bulb, B gets the light, A is in darkness, it is midnight, 12 o'clock in the night. Read till here properly, try to understand. I hope I have been able to explain you have understood. And look at those pictures, you will come to know. And in the next class, we will do the length and day of the night. We will mark it till here. Okay, today is the 23rd. And I'll also write it down here and we'll keep it and we'll do it in the next class. Till then, take care, study well for your exams, and take care of yourselves. God bless. And respect your parents, okay?